Hey everyone, it's Andy. Welcome to the Trusted Advisor community. So, what makes you unique? Is it your title? No. Hundreds of people in your city share your same title. So, is it your number of years in business? No. I mean, everyone's been in business for some number of years. So, is it your customer service or quality or your efficiency? No, no, and no. So where do you start? Well, I was having an interesting conversation with a client of mine this past week where she tells me that she thinks that her rise to CEO is based on her willingness to take risks. And while it is true that CEOs are willing to take smart, calculated risks, that is not, it's definitely not her defining characteristic. And when she said that, I kind of launched into a thing, why do I think she's become a CEO? Because she is great with people. She's a wonderful coach, an incredible team builder. She gets people talking to each other. She gets them working as a team. She keeps people motivated. She's just wonderful with people because she's a high-level thinker. She understands the why. She communicates it consistently. She communicates it clearly. She's always thinking about stuff and putting stuff together. She's just very smart and very able to handle these kinds of things. Also, because she can learn new things at the drop of a hat. She's up for any kind of challenge. She figures it out. She gets it done. So I rattle this off to her off the top of my head, and there's this stunned silence on the other end of the phone. It's not that she disagrees. She agrees with everything I said. She understands that. She knows it's true. She just hadn't thought about it that way. See, from her point of view, her elevator pitch about her job is that she's a risk taker. Like that's the thing that's most obvious to her about what she's doing, but that's not consistent with what other people see. That's not why the board promoted her. They promoted her because she was the only logical choice for the job. They looked around. They interviewed other people, and they kept coming back to her. And that's what you want. You want to be the only logical choice, even and especially when people start looking around, when they explore other options. And the more they look around, the more obvious it becomes that you are the only person they should talk to. So this process starts with your client success story, your best client, your biggest success. You know this from the elevator pitch, because no one else has ever done this work for this client exactly the way you did. No one else has delighted this customer in this particular way. So that's where the differentiation starts, right? People struggle and think, I'm going to go think about how to differentiate myself. There's no thinking involved. It's just you just grab a client success story, talk about your client success story. And today, we're going to take it several steps beyond that. We're going to be looking at 3 ways to widen that gap. Because merely being unique isn't nearly enough. You want to be the only logical choice. And so the 3 techniques we're going to be talking about today are add, subtract, and multiply. So once again, we're going to be talking about today in terms of widening that gap of making yourself the go-to person whenever anybody's thinking about the kind of work that you do. We're going to be talking about add, subtract, and multiply. So let's start with add. I was getting ready to get a